CHV. Okay. So you are currently in gold, right?
Yep.
Okay. And are you solo queuing in this game?
Nope.
Welcome to Rialto. Ready for
You
battle.
are with Athelion and Puffy Cat and Raven Trick. Okay.
And Shannon and Kanki.
Oh,
We are
they.
full stack.
Oh, you know them as well. Okay. I did not know them. So just for context, guys, Athelion, Raven Trick, and Puffy Cat are all on my server. And I know it looks like Pussycat, but it's apparently pronounced Puffy Cat. So
No, it's Puffy Cat, okay.
yeah, I try not to think too much about the pronunciation.
The 5 is supposed to be an F.
It just goes against everything I learned in first grade, you know, in English. So,
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
all right. So, are there any immediate concerns about your gameplay in particular here?
Yes. So I noticed that the hog was in a position where he was able to hook me really, really easily.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to know whether, well, the other side of the cart was too open for the damage,
Okay.
and one side was the hog hooking me from the left, and
Mm-hmm.
from the right I was getting damage. So I tried. Which one is more favorable?
Okay. So I think based on the context here, I'll just take a look and advise you. But so in general, when you're playing Reinhardt, right? So this is a good map for Reinhardt because it's very brawly. There are very narrow chokes that the cart needs to pass through, at least until it reaches the courtyard. Um, so generally speaking, if you can like just see my stream, this choke is the one that you want to hold as Reinhardt. Um,
On attack? I'm on attack.
oh, you're on attack. My bad. Just I came like I panned the camera from the defender spawn, so I was like, oh, you're defending. Anyway,
Oh, we are the red ones.
yeah, got it. All right. So generally
So
speaking, that is the choke where teams will be holding. Um,
yeah.
whether it be a bunker or a death wall, which is like a Rhine based comp. Um, so that is a tricky choke to get through if you don't like path well.
Mm-hmm.
But generally speaking, as Reinhardt, you can just stay with the cart until it gets up to that point because I doubt anyone's going to be challenging you like a lot so early on. So
Uh,
yeah,
yeah. So I wanted to ask if they do, which they did.
okay.
Uh, yeah. What? So where do I position myself, to the open ground where I'm getting attacked, or more, have chances, have my
All right.
chances with the hog?
So let's just see what you do here from your POV first, so then I know what you're seeing and how you're probably thinking.
Okay. Mostly I die and change to instant
Okay.
in the first 20 seconds, but yeah.
So straight up, the composition that you're running, Ryan's Zarya definitely a good tank comp. Moira with that is fine too. Cass and Hanzo good. I would have liked a Lucio in place of a Mercy, but it's alright. It's at least a payload map, so you don't have to rapidly reposition all the time. So you don't need a Lucio as much as you normally would. But let's see how you play this.
Mostly in my team comp, the one I play, Lucius don't do much speed auras, so I just tend to not rely on them much. Yeah, so here I am in the open, and
Yeah.
on the
That
left hand side
is
is the hog. Okay, yeah.
okay. That's fine. So you just went like giga aggressive over there. So look, if they are Varisa Hog, that's like that's like what both the tanks are going to be looking for because this is like boop heaven for them, right? And they also have a Lucio. So
They
this
do.
is yeah. So it's you don't need to stress too much about it, but you need to just not make errors like go aggro in this context. Because again, if you go aggro into an Orisa, like she's got fortify, she's going to stop you right in her tracks, and the whole team's going to focus you down. So just not a safe move in general. Like this is
Okay.
at this point you just want to survive, right? Because once you cross the bridge, then that's an easier place for you to fight as Reinhardt. So you really just want to let your DPS do all of the like damaging over here. You don't need to do that. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I should stay behind with
Yeah, just
payload.
here you just live. That's all you have to
Oh.
do. Lucio move to you, Hogwarts here. Do you instantly go Winston here or?
Yes. I couldn't handle the embarrassment, I think.
So Winston actually is a like a weaker pick in general, at least on like in general on this map you normally would not see a Winston because all of the like at least on point A and up until you get to that choke, there's not a lot of high ground that the Winston can really make use of. Like sure he can stay on all of these high grounds, but they're all easily reachable is what I'm trying to say. So he doesn't get any value from being here because again there's courtyard up here. If you stand really behind, you can see a good bit of this high ground, and even on those other two platforms, so you can get poked down very easily. Um, so that's why it's just better to play Reinhardt, just really brawly, and you can get up in their faces and deal damage. But let's see at least how you play this out. If you're playing Winston into that, I would just expect you to poke around and not try to be the playmaker because they've got Hog and they've got Cass, both of which can like stun you and delete you instantly. And even the Orisa, whom you can't really do much to. So I would just expect you to walk forward, place your bubble down, just farm up your primal, not do anything too crazy.
Oops.
This is alright so far. Bubble placement can be worked on, that's fine. Put your bottom down. I think your approach here was alright. Like, at least mentally the way you thought about this fight was okay. Like, I don't have to go and solo dive anyone. I just have to stay here, brawl with my team, poke, deal damage. I don't think you played that too badly. Like, obviously, like, a little bit awareness-wise, like, just putting down your bubble on cooldown, that stuff can be worked on, but game sense-wise, not the wrong play.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. So another thing to keep in mind is you have Moira Mercy. Like Moira cannot heal you at long distances, so it's just better not to like
Play
go
Winston.
go for hard
Yeah.
dives. Yeah, so you can play if you remember we had done a set of pugs with the
Yes.
dive rush comp
Yeah.
or neo goats as
I-
we called it.
Yeah, and I noticed our Winston, who was I think it was Sky.
Hmm.
He was a really aggressive Winston, so I just took notes from him. But
Hmm. Yeah, so like when you're playing Moira and Winston, it's just really about staying together and farming your ultimates because Moira just going to keep thanking you for constantly being there for her to heal. And the Winston just has to like not go aggressively, hold space. He's just pushing cart and relaxing all the while. So yeah, it's all good. But again, you don't have a Lucio to help you take aggro, so I would just say stay on card until you get like a really clear opening to exploit. So let's see how you do here. Now we are in the courtyard section, so this is good for Cass and Hanzo actually. You're just coming back. Yeah, we just back out here. We just back out. Nothing we can do.
You should be at peak
Weapon system optimized.
Okay, thank God.
I excited the enemy.
So I'm assuming that we are at least alt tracking on the team. Like at least someone is keeping track.
nope.
No? Okay, unfortunate. But you don't have any ultimates. You're like on the verge of getting grab, which is really good. Vincent can just stays into a full grab. but they do have Supercharger and uh, Deadeye, so that's going to be hard for us to play into. But it's just like, so do you know what an eco push is? I think I'd mentioned this once or twice during Pugs. Do you remember?
No, 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 I don't. Sorry.
So an eco push, like an economical push, is when you're trying to set yourself back at the top of the ult economy. So essentially, whichever team has the better kind of set of ultimates is going to take the next fight in general, right? So in such a situation where you know that you don't have an ultimate, or you're just like close to getting grabbed, but Zarya's like zero charge, but the enemy team has two ultimates that can definitely win them the fight. You guys can literally just int into them for one fight and farm up your ultimates, and when you go aggressive, they will definitely use the ults.
Oh,
But you will
yeah.
not use any of yours, so you have more of them coming into the next fight. So that's how you like flip the economy on its head.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it like in like probably diamond and above, this is where you'd go for an eco. Although, dude, honestly, solo queue, diamond, masters, even GM, nobody really thinks of this. But since you're playing in a stack, you will also probably be playing against a stack. So these are things you might like noting, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, let's just see how you do. Play this out. Puffy Cat's dead for some reason. I'm gonna go watch that just for like the preview for this VOD on YouTube. This is alright. Nice. You win the fight. Clean. I don't mind this. This is fine. No, you can go get the cast. Yeah. Put your bubble down. Okay. The moment your armor's down, I would just say put the bubble down against someone like Cap. Yeah.
I actually wanted to save the ball for this fight. Yeah, exactly why.
That's okay. That's fine. It's just like a small thing. Nearly messed it up. We just back off here. Okay. Do we at least move someone?
No, I am still
And they wasted Valkyrie.
and I won.
Please just back off. Unfortunate. So obviously that fight was a tough one to win. Like, not gonna lie, that was probably not the best place to, best time to ult. Yeah, won't say any more. That yeah, no point because we have a lot to cover. So yeah. Again, they're going into the next fight with two ultimates. They might get their blade, and we have two support ults, which is really good. Like, having support ults in this game makes all the difference. So what we can even ask our team to do is like damage boost the Moira when she's coalescing, because that is like, that's a really powerful combo. So you can generally, what you would do against a composition like that is damage boost your Moira while she's ulting, and then Moira will focus down their Mercy, because once their Mercy is out of the picture, they lose not only a source of healing, but also the only player who can resurrect someone else, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, Mercy is always like a prime target for coalescence, or even like tactical visor, Deadeye, something like that.
Yeah.
Alright, not Deadeye so much fun. Yeah.
30 seconds remaining.
Wait, do we have any comments in chat? I haven't actually looked at chat. Enemy comp is just better, Nightwing says. Being in a 3 stack and still not doing anything to fix comp is the stack's fault, to be honest, since you control half the team. So yeah, like, he also, this is a 6 stack Nightwing. I think you missed that part. Essentially, the comp is inferior because they are playing like a very stable kind of composition with Orisa Hog, and we have like a Winston Hog with, yeah, you were just playing Zen and yeah, okay. Anyway, I did explain the compositional bit to Shuttler, so I think we are moving on from that.
The battle continues. My ultimate is ready.
I'm back.
Yeah, that's just a bad bubble. Too early, too early. Now you don't have it for another 5 seconds.
10 seconds.
He's in this fight. I think.
Yes.
Dead eye for good measure.
So here using my shield to block the heal to Hog.
That's alright, that was a good shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask, should I have
I like that you guys like detected the Orisa over there and didn't leave her. That's the benefit of playing on a team, you know. You can
we weren't talking.
yeah. Oh.
It, basically like 6 stat because we were friends. That's it.
Massively underutilizing. Also, you don't really need to be on cart here. Like as Winston, you can either push up over here and just hold this corner and like poke them, or you can play high ground. Although in this context, because of the Moira Mercy, I would say just play on level ground around the corner.
I would definitely have like I would have done it, but I know that these guys are very naughty and just won't stay on the line. So
Very naughty.
yeah, so I'll just to make sure I just went back once to check if
Yeah.
someone would be there on the car.
So Nightwing's just pointing out there. Orisa is the worst target to focus there. Focus the ulting Genji or pocketing Mercy. Like the fight at the end of the first point. So
Oh.
yeah, I mean, it's yeah, like definitely fine. I just didn't like comment on that because I guess you already won the fight. So,
Okay.
but yeah, it's fine.
I actually intended to jump on backline and the backline just vanished. So I was like, okay, what the hell? Just focus on Orisa.
Yeah, that's all right. So yeah, I'm trying not to focus on very nitpicky stuff. I'm just trying to look at the macro play because otherwise,
Okay.
honestly, I could go on for like 3-4 hours here. So
Oh.
I'd rather not.
The match is so short that you can actually, do
Yeah.
the nitpicking in the attack at least. The defense was just horrible, so you can
Yeah.
go ahead.
I might go into some micro tips after we finish like viewing the full VOD. But for now, I'm
Alright.
just looking at your general, like, I guess gameplay philosophy is how I would term it. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah. You really need to jump. In such a situation, right? You save jump to get out rather than to go in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, if I don't jump, then I, miss the chance of, taking out a squishy if I do, get a chance. I didn't over here, but yes.
Yeah, so jumping in is good when so jumping in is good in a few situations. One situation is where the full enemy team is really split up. So then you can isolate one squishy and just duel them and take them out. The second scenario where it's good is you're jumping in to like a bunch of people, but your team is following up with you. There was no really like no follow up, right? And there was like honestly no point of the jump because you weren't even going into the team per se. You were just getting to the corner with the jump. Then a third situation is when you already have primal, or you know that you're definitely going to get primal when you like dive into the enemy team. So then when you get low, you can just pop primal and like take someone out or disrupt the enemy team and whatnot. So these are a few situations where you actually jump in. Otherwise, anyway, you're playing a very pokey style, which is the right style in this scenario. So best to save jump to like get out of a sticky situation when you get low. So yeah.
What is the best tank to play in this situation right now?
Dude, the thing is, your composition is all over the place. So it honestly just depends on what you're comfortable with, I would say. Winston, I would honestly go with Hog. Sorry, not Hog, my bad. Orisa. Because you already have a Hog. You're playing with a Moira and a Cass already. So you can stand your ground on the payload.
Any more interesting tanks?
more interesting tanks. Honestly, I wouldn't go Reinhardt against that because you don't have speed and they have a lot of spam damage. Um,
What
uh,
about ball?
what about Ball? Hmm. You could go Ball if you're a really good Ball, but the thing is they've got Orisa pull. So what Orisa can do is the moment you land a pile driver as Ball, Orisa will just pull you towards the ground and her team will finish you off. If not that, the hog will hook you and the team will finish you off. If not that, the Junkrat will boop you around and ruin your pathing. If not that, you might get trapped in a Junkrat trap. If not that, the Lucio can boop you. So there's like a lot of things you have to consider when you play ball
Okay,
here.
no ball.
Yeah.
No ball.
Yeah, ball is like his values either like really high or really low in this game. I think if you play him into the right composition, no one can touch you. But then there are all these like CCs that can add up and really cause trouble to you. So my advice would be Orisa. That's what I would have gone in this situation. But it's fine. We'll see how things go from here.
Nightwing says that I should use the ground, high ground, then drop, shoot, and use jump to run away.
Use 1 second to take high ground. See, the reason I'm not suggesting that is because
Teams all over
it
the place.
yeah, that's one thing, and they are playing really close to each other, right? So they can just like melt your bubble and then immediately kill you. And the thing is that there's no one else that's taking high ground with us. So if I saw like for example that your Cass and your Mercy were actually just taking high ground over here, which would not be a bad move, because then Cass can literally just flashbang someone here and flashbang headshot the like one of the squishies, and that would be game over for them. But since that's not happening, you would be all alone. That's risky.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. Or what if I control the high ground over here, right over here, and just escape on the inside?
You mean this balcony here?
On the inside of the building over here, somewhere over here.
So that would make sense if they were playing somewhere here.
No, for the getting the Junkrat out and the
Ah.
Genji who's right over there.
I wouldn't recommend it. The reason being that Genji has a lot of agility to escape, Junkrat has a lot of spam. So, and there's no one that's going to just heal you easily up here, right?
I see.
So yeah, it's tough to go into that alone.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Cambridge gets a pick.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Unfortunately, they are best. Again, we see that jump. So what else do we have? I'm not talking a lot about ult usage here either because you said you're not calming. So
Oh yes,
yeah.
we were neither calming, nor much communications, nor all tracking,
Yeah.
and no decision making.
But just like the presence of comms can change how you're playing the game very drastically. So I'm just talking about this about this game as if it's like a solo queue kind of game.
Yeah, I'm just alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Risky jump.
Heroes never die.
Yes, the reason I did the jump was I thought I would, make some kind of distraction, make space for the others to come over and use the ults, but they didn't. So, yeah.
But all in all, why do you think I don't like that jump?
It's because I went in behind while both the support and the DPS were over there.
Yeah, there's basically just too many of them, and
Yeah.
they're all there to peel for each other. So,
Yeah.
and there's no follow up from your side. Like if like for example this Deadeye would have been timed exactly with your jump, that might have changed things.
Yes.
But that's still like that there's still a lot of like decisions that the enemy team would have to make wrong in order for even that to work. So I'm assuming the hog dies here.
hog.
Oh, he lives. All right. That unfortunate.
60 seconds.
Bad res, bad res. You have to tell Athelian about that one.
Oh,
Oh, we are going diva. Let's go. Okay.
yeah. No.
All right. Let's go.
No.
Now we're talking.
Dude, the kind of diva I play. No.
Okay, a bit
I
of
can't.
trivia. My highest playtime in Overwatch is on diva, like by far. Like the second
Wow.
most hero I've like second highest playtime I've gotten on a hero is like less than half of what I have on diva. So
Wow.
yeah. All right, diva. I'm almost always happy playing diva. Right. Into that composition, I'm happy because you can do a lot of different things. Can you try and tell me one thing you can do against at least like four of these heroes on the enemy team as diva here?
Right now, go on top of that building.
Okay, but what specifically would you try to do to deny value to some members of the enemy team? Can you give me some specific examples?
Well, one of them would be, uh, first just trying to get into the building so that, I can at least deny them some kind of like space over there. And then, get on top of the building so that I can, try to pressure them from the behind because, I'm not a shield and we don't have a shield. So
Yeah.
it would be better to, try to use the map more
Hmm.
instead of, straight lining towards the payload.
Right. All right. So I would say there are like a few key things that you have to do. Yeah. Now that you've made the decision to go diva, so now you're responsible for four particular
Key
things. Okay.
thing.
One thing is like if the hog hooks someone on your team, you have to fly towards hog and matrix your teammate so that they survive the follow-up shot.
Follow, shut up.
Second thing, when your team is rotating in this open space, you have to eat all of Junkrat's spam.
Okay.
Make sure that he doesn't get a lot of damage. Third thing you have to do, eat the Orisa's halts, cause people
Wait,
like
you can? Okay.
yes you can. And the thing is, you don't have a shield, and they have hogs, so they can easily do the halt hook combo. Orisa just pulls someone, hog hooks them, game over for one person. So you have to eat the halts if you can. Fourth thing, constantly, whenever you get downtime, keep poking at their mercy. And can you tell me why I'm giving you that piece of advice?
Looking at the Mercy because she is the only healer on their team. Yes.
There's one
And
more. Yeah. Go on.
like a lot of them have ults, and if even one of them gets a damage boost, then yeah, practically
That,
melted.
those are good reasons, but the main reason though is that Mercy. Do you know Mercy is passive?
Passive, yeah, she heals herself.
Yeah, but only if she doesn't take damage for 2 seconds straight.
Wait, what? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So when you constantly keep poking her, she does not get any passive healing. And over time, that's going to get really annoying for her, and then she's going to have to take a more defensive angle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or she's going to make a mistake, and then you can take her out. Like just fly micro missiles, take her out. But this is in your downtime, because the main threats you have to look after are the Orisa and the Hog, and the Junkrat as well when you're rotating. So,
Okay.
yeah, okay, Nightwing literally just said all of that stuff in chat as well. Good job. Bonus points for Nightwing too.
I can't play this lolly. Sorry.
Okay. Also, you have to time your matrix well, man, because it's a very valuable resource.
Oh yes, that's
So you use 3 ultimates. Go chase, go chase. Get the mercy first.
yeah. I tried, but
You don't have to matrix while he's deflecting, by the way. Matrix that? You see what I was saying there? I was looking for a remake to do. Not much you can do once the fight is so lost. Wait, do we still like clutch this or something? No, I don't think so. Okay. Let's play that back.
Yes, please. Let's not even go on defense if possible.
Alright. So we're just poking here. The Genji ults.
Surrender to my will.
I would say this is like the right response. You're not really like, you're not going to kill the Genji as Diva. But what you can do is boop him once he dashes. So if he doesn't get a kill immediately, you kind of throw off his positioning a little bit. So it like reduces the chances that he's going to finish off a teammate. So that's an okay response. I think we just keep on pressing the Genji after that. Which is, here we just have to back off and yeah, not much else we can do. Prioritizing the Mercy is like crucial here, which you did do. And again, this you do not need to Matrix because he's not dealing damage to you. So you just save Matrix for when he's getting close. And especially for when your armor is down. Because when your armor is up, right, he's not going to do much damage.
Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah.
So you can be more aggressive. And honestly, just don't even bother shooting him. Like, just get the Mercy.
Okay.
Yeah, because you even got a health pack over here, so the Mercy is not going to be much of a hassle to deal with.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Just went back because, well, not much time we had there.
And see, look over here. Did you have Matrix? You had Matrix. Could just have flicked it and got like protected the Moira. It's fine. This just comes with practice. Just like awareness, you have to.
I thought it was too far away.
Yeah. Nightwing says needs practice on flicking to target, getting lost in the sauce too often, looking for where enemy is. So yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, essentially, from like an app development perspective, you just need to run your tick for like checking your aim a little more often. So just call your tick method like twice as many times, if that makes sense. At least that's how I look at it. Yeah. Not much else we can do.
I didn't know we could eat.
Hello?
Those. Yeah. I didn't know we could eat those salts. Yeah. I am.
No, I know. Do you see what I'm looking at?
Okay. Wow.
Take the mega.
Please don't blame me for. Okay, now you know why I don't play this lobby. Okay, I can't see most of them.
That's fine. Okay, what am I even doing there?
I just saved myself from getting hooked.
You cannot eat the hook itself, by the way. Just point to note. You can only eat the actual shots. Alright, so I think round 1 ends here.
Round 1 complete.
So you kind of just like, I think, give me like a report card of how you're doing and what are some tips you remember that I gave you.
Okay, the first and foremost was, not being a very aggressive Ryan, charging in like that.
Yeah.
The second would be for Monkey. I don't put the bubble down at the right moment when the cooldown is off. Rather, I wait for too long sometimes or just too early.
Yeah.
And I jump at two supports and two DPS together,
Mm-hmm.
which I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Oh, not play Winston. That's
On Rialto in this situation. I'm sure there are situations where you can play. So the thing is, right, if you look at all of these high level games like in Overwatch League and all, you will sometimes see Winston's playing over here.
yeah, yeah.
They will just stays down, and like the thing is they are not looking to go aggressive. They are just looking to stall the cart, because even if you stand up here and like peek enough, you can stop the cart here, right?
Yes, sir.
And then their Ana, Winston always plays with Ana on a map like Rialto. So your Ana will be controlling this high ground.
Okay.
Then she stays back and she's just farming ultimate. And then when she gets the nano boost, then you drop down and wreak havoc. But again, it's just easier to play something like Reinhardt or Orisa on this
Mhm.
map. So yeah, I can see that your team is currently playing Overwatch 2 because you don't have one hero. So I'm just, although you don't have a DPS, and um, yeah, so I'm just expecting you guys to poke a little bit here and then just back off and play this corner. Because your job as a Reinhardt is not to make plays over here once again. It is literally just to hold this corner and prevent the card from progressing.
GG.
Yeah. So so let's see how you do.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
We can go back. Long speed.
Yeah, I played. I can officially say that I played like gold.
Yeah, Farah, so it's already difficult. But you have a soldier. You have a soldier with a damage boost. So should be able to at least, yeah, actually should be able to kill the Farah.
High expectations, sir.
Nah,
High expectations.
yeah, that's why I say it's gold, dude. Like being a DPS player in like gold and plat, I understand. It it's a pain. You can't always do it. Yes, player. You don't have to do anything like that.
It's really hard to not.
Back
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you one thing I liked about what you did there, which is you didn't cross the Orisa shield all alone. You were like trying to play like on your side of the shield itself, which is what you should be doing. So good job there. But you cannot go aggressive into that composition, especially not in this lane here, for one simple reason that they have a damage boosted Pharah, at least in this context, right? And you don't have
Yes.
speed, so you can't quickly reposition. So in
Well,
the
to be honest, I was kind of in a dilemma because you saw it, right? My shield was breaking like I
yeah,
think it broke thrice almost, and I usually make sure to never, let it go to zero.
that's
But
fair.
it kept breaking.
Yeah.
So if I played more passively, then I guess they would have died earlier because right now, if you could see they were at least the tanks were more focusing on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it would be easier for our DPS to take down the Pharah finally.
Right.
GG.
So there is a bit of a dependency on your DPS to get the Pharah, because once that Pharah is down, you can actually go aggressive because you do have a Zarya with you. So even if their hog hooks you, Zarya can bubble you. At least
Oh,
that's what she will ideally do.
ideally, yes.
Yeah. And you also have a Moira, so the Moira will just follow you, heal you up, farm coalescence faster. Um, but yeah, so but for that, their Pharah needs to go down. Until then, you actually have no option. You just have
So
to stay here.
so what would I have done? What would I have done better like
You
here?
you could have just stayed here and kept on swinging, cause once you push somewhere here, right? Like maybe in this position it's fine, because you can
So that
also
charge.
retreat to this corridor, which you did do. Like you were forced to back up here, but
Okay,
like
so
there's a bit
that
of a
charge
stretch.
so that charge earlier was the, turning point for the enemy team.
I wouldn't say that it wasn't the worst charge in the universe, but it wasn't like um it was a risky move. Is all I would say. Because if the hog doesn't have hook, then you can actually just charge over here. It's not a bad move, but again your team has to follow up on it, and that just didn't happen. So
Okay,
yeah.
I see.
Any more comments in chat? Nope. Okay, we can go on.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
So I don't think we can recontest here.
Back and ready for more.
Or can we? I would.
So entire expectations. Okay.
Yeah.
No
Reached
comments,
the checkpoint.
please.
Yeah, you just have to walk over there. Not. I've already corrected that before, so I'm not going to
Yeah.
like flame you about it. Alright.
Helden sterben nicht.
Crazy fast. Go.
Heroes never die.
Search in some morning.
Surrender to my will.
Okay. I was just looking at something. Fine. Oh, I don't mind this flank at all. I do not mind this flank at all. That's a smart move. I like it. The reason being that your Moira and your Mercy are already commanding so much attention that you can afford to try and make that play, because look, if you don't win this fight, you're done. So you have to think of ways in which you can win. So that was a good move to make. Good job. Like if you wanted to just make a safer move, you could have just walked up over here, waited for the Orisa shield to break, and then shattered. But that was okay too. It's fine. Nice. Let's move on.
All right. So I can sleep in peace today.
Um. So over here, right? There
Yeah,
are
those.
two things you can do. One is more communication intensive, which is you can hold over here as Reinhardt on their side of the bridge. But that
Oh.
leaves you a little bit open to wider angles from like the enemy team. So their
Yes.
Pharah has more chances to boop you into the lake or into a river, my bad. Or they can flank around to the extreme left or the extreme right and deal damage to you that way. So you need to have like your team on the same page.
Okay. So
Alternatively, you can just back off on your side of the bridge and just hold like a corner over here once again. Because
What?
the bridge is a really crucial part. This, like, the Rialto bridge has always been one of, like, the best positions to hold at the pro level. Because it's so open that you can take any position, and if you have the better mechanics, you just win.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Actually, this whole reason why I didn't go too much ahead or didn't play too passively, because their soldier was killing.
yeah. No, fair enough. That's why you have to, like, make that call about where you want to hold.
Also, look at Puffy Cat right now. Just look at him. Where is he?
Hello.
Why is he there?
Clipping.
Yes.
Clothing is clipping. Unfortunate. It's fine, it's
Like,
unavoidable.
he's so open, he might as well strip right now.
Yikes, man. Do not do that. I will censor it.
Okay.
Okay. So you back off, which is good. Fine. Okay. That's right. The barrier won't hold forever, Reinhardt. Oh, this was dead. You can go a little aggro, but again, there's soldiers there, so. But you shouldn't like be out in the open as Reinhardt here. You have to. You should play hard cover because here you're just like exposing yourself a lot. The moment your shield is down, it's game over.
Okay. To be
Right.
honest, what I thought was because the enemy team wasn't here, so I might as well take damage and let my Mercy, have the ult charge.
Mhm.
Well, Mercy and Moira, but well,
Yeah. So you can do that, but you can just like play a little bit behind, so you can still take poke damage from them, but you're not putting yourself at a high risk of dying.
all right. But like, if my soldier and my Zarya is at the front, how do I take 4 damage? they, they'll be the one, getting focused.
Yeah, so they have to be behind you. That's why you will have to calm when you're in a six stack in most situations if you want to win. Because most six stacks out there are calming. Trust me,
Yeah.
they
But
they are calming. Yeah.
let's like assuming I was alone. What what would what would have been the best play over here? Like the
O-
position.
Honestly, I would still say you can play back here on your side of the bridge because um, instinctively, if a group of solo players sees their Rhine backing out into a safe position, they will probably do it. If they have like more than 2 brain cells, they will do it. Okay, like it's you have to be really bad to not follow your Reinhardt over here. So
Okay.
yeah,
Damn.
so see like right now you're not able to do anything really, and then you get hooked back into the leg. So you are like no value from being in that position.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could hold your team. You could hold your shield up for your team, but you could even have done it over here with a lesser risk of dying and exposing your team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another advantage of being in this position is that your hit scan can still be on high ground and then drop down to you when they need to. So generally speaking, hit scans will control this high ground because again, open angles for them.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, let's see. I think it's final fight.
It's over.
It's over, is it?
Yes.
You can go like ball or diva to stall here. Even if it's like a low chance, you can just do it. Because Ryan's not going to reach that far that fast. Okay, game's over. That's fine.
Victory.
GG. Alright. Round 2 takeaways. Go.
Whew. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't play Winston on this. Okay. While, being a Ryan, I should, be mindful of where I could get hooked. So I should play more inside the building, at least in Rialto's bridge. Hmm. Those were, those were the takeaways I could say for the Ryan. The Winston I already mentioned before, so.
Yeah. So, I think in general, if you can get your stack to form a more cohesive composition, that will help you out a lot because just having a strong support line like Bap Lucio or Moira Lucio, I would say. Ana Lucio works, but like Ana doesn't have as much AoE healing as Bap or Moira, so I generally say like Bap first, then Moira, then Ana. But with
Mhm.
that, you just get so much potential, right? Because let's say, for example, you're playing against Orisa Hog, right? The Orisa uses Halt, the Hog uses Hook. They both get no value. Instantly, your Lucio can switch from healing to speed boost, and you can just run over them in most situations.
Yes.
and your full team moves with you. And if your DPS were playing ideally something like May, Reaper, um, Cass Hanzo was honestly fine, but then you had to play for that Grab Dragon win condition, which didn't happen very often.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But well, our support couldn't play Lucio much, so. But
yeah.
oh, I also wanted to ask, how do you manage your shield? I
Okay.
think I did a fairly average job, like I did a gold Ryan job there, but if I wanted to do a plat or diamond Ryan job, how
Yeah.
do I manage shield over there?
First of all, no difference between gold and plat lines. Trust me. Okay.
Shiny silver.
Yeah. At diamond it gets better for sure. Like I think it's a big leap from plat lines to diamond lines, honestly. But okay. Let's just go for an example situation.
Round. Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Also, anyone in
Ready
chat,
for
if you guys
battle.
have any questions, like feel free to type them out. Nightwing's back saying take damage just out of hook range.
What's the hook range?
Yeah, you just have to figure that out.
Oh,
You'll come with experience.
uh,
As far as I remember, like don't quote me on this, but Moira's right click range and Hog's hook range is the same. So if your
oh,
Moira can right click the Hog, then
okay.
he can hook your Moira. So you can
Okay.
position accordingly.
So 20-meter-ish, I guess.
Yeah, probably. I don't remember the numbers, but
Okay. Okay. Not that I know. Okay, yeah. Just wanted to ask you.
Stop
So
the
right
payload.
over here. Yeah.
hmm,
So I'm here. Can you go slightly back?
yeah. Yeah? Or even
Yeah.
Stop the payload.
Here. So numerically, what's the distance between me and the end of the bridge right now? So this building, what's the width of this building?
I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you.
Okay, so like, would the hog be able to hook me?
Oh, from here
Uh,
for sure. Hog can probably hook you from like. I think
from
from
the
here
center
he
of
can
the
hook
bridge.
you. I would
Oh,
say.
he can hook me from here. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, this
I
is
see.
probably the max range.
Okay. Okay, that.
Instinctively, I think if I were playing Hog, I would try and hook you from here. So, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
shield management, right? So
Yeah.
when you're playing against a comp like Orisa Hog on this map, uh, and Farah, of course, you can't do much against the Farah, firstly. So if she is spamming you down, you just have to hold shield. If she's spamming your backline down, nothing you can do about it. Then you like rather focus on their front line, right? So you mainly like the general rule with Reinhardt using his shield, right? Is you start using it the moment the enemy team starts being able to damage you, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. So,
Mm-hmm.
so the moment you see that, okay, now I'm going to take damage right now, you just put your shield up. And in
Mm-hmm.
general, you want your shield up until the enemy team has used very crucial cooldowns. So in this case, I would say Orisa Halt and Hook are the cooldowns you're looking for. Because if you don't, let's say, like, if you don't mess up a halt by just like blocking line of sight, someone could be pulled into it and then the hog could hook it, right?
Yeah.
So if your shield is down, you lose a teammate in that situation. So you want your shield up. And if you simply just look at hook, hog can hook not only your teammates but also you. Mess up your positioning, leaves your full team vulnerable, and you probably die. So you want to
Yeah.
block hook first before you can go aggressive. After these cooldowns are down, then you want to start swinging. Okay? And
Okay.
you start swinging until your armor health is gone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The moment you
Okay.
reach the red bars, then you start like you check how much healing you're really getting compared to the damage, and then you start like going back to that shielding mode again.
Oh, okay.
Alright. The other cooldowns I would say among other heroes that you need to watch out for, like Ana, Sleep Dart, and Anti-Nade. Very, very important cooldowns. If
Oh,
you don't block those, you can lose the fight, at least at higher levels.
mm,
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the crux of it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, I didn't really need to show this positioning, but I guess
Yeah.
boundary. Nightwing saying hello streamer. I have a question. How do I avoid GM streamers on my 34-9?
You complain and you flame them.
So he has been. You guys don't know this, but Nightwing has been gate kept from uh, masters by none other than SVB, the educational content creator. If,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So Nightwing like kind of hates him for that. And like I'm like a huge admirer of SVB, so Nightwing's like, bro, just please, I'm sorry, but I hate him. Like, and Nightwing never got close to like getting to Masters after that. I mean, he got close, but not as close as he was in that game. He was literally like 1 or 2 SR away.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sounds like me for 3 months when I had to get to gold.
yeah. But yeah, honestly, everyone in chat and also you shuttlers, like, check out SVB if you haven't already. Like, he does educational content on his streams as well as he has a podcast called Group Up, so he like gathers other content creators and then they talk about a lot of different issues concerning Overwatch or even just like about ranked mentality and where we might be thinking incorrectly when we are playing the game.
I
So
see.
yeah, a lot
Okay.
of different issues. So yeah, check him out.
All right. SVP. Okay. I right now follow Yeetle
Hmm.
6, like CYX6.
Yeah.
Super. And what was his name? I forgot.
Super's definitely like I would say the best streamer if you want to improve Reinhardt.
Yeah, right now. But the thing is, his videos aren't, well, they aren't as educational. It's like he plays good, and if you watch him, you definitely improve. But I felt that the way Yeetle actually, talks about what he's trying to do
Yeah.
and what
Don't
he,
don't watch Super's YouTube if you want to improve. You should either check him out live on stream or there are certain channels on YouTube which record like all of these high rank players while they are streaming and then they upload those VODs to their channel. So there's a channel called Overwatch Daily. So sometimes you'll get like um, full gameplay videos of Super and other famous streamers over there. So you can check it out. Overwatch Daily. So there you'll see
I,
Super like in a full game and how
okay.
he approaches it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we'll do that.
Yep. And overall, yeah, I think you've like grasped the feedback that I had for you in general. I would say if you're going to continue playing in a stack and want to climb in a stack, you'll definitely need to like have one of your supports learn Lucio and have the other
Hmm.
one learn Moira or BAP because once you hit plat and above, right, at least like people's awareness from gold to plat is at, a little bit better, I would say. Like sometimes you will see an enemy Ryan like with a Lucio, and if you don't have a Lucio, that can really mess you up.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yes. Alright. Okay.
I think do you have any more questions or
Um, I would want to know like what would have been a better tank here instead of Ryan.
assuming you're like what are you assuming that your full team will switch around you or
No,
you're
I'm
just
assuming that
switching out
like,
Ryan?
let's assume I'm solo and people are silver in this gold game.
I would say stay on Ryan with this composition.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Stay.
because
Okay.
your Moira is going to stay close to you, your Zarya can easily peel for you and watch your back. The only thing you have to do is play more defensively, because you don't have speed again.
Okay. Okay.
But Rhine
Mhm.
is still the best, because see, if you play Orisa, then Orisa Zarya doesn't really make sense. They don't complement each other in any way.
Yeah.
You could play either, if you play Ball or Winston, again the same issue that you can't hold the choke as well. So the enemy team gets a lot more card progress very easily unless you make a lot of plays, which is not very likely given the circumstances. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because then you need like your whole comp to play around you and all that. Um, if you talk about playing like double off tank, if you went Diva, like Diva Zarya again doesn't really make sense. Zarya wouldn't be able to get charge off of anyone unless she constantly bubbles anyone the hog hooks. All you would be able to deny a lot of damage to the Pharah and stuff like that, and you both would get individual impact. But the enemy tank duo is so good that you can't really afford to break up tank synergy, right?
All right. All right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then what are the other options? You can go hog and just try to outplay their hog, or you can go Sigma and then you have to block their hog's hooks and have a weaker shield, which is just like you could do that, but then you can't do anything about the Pharah, which you anyway can't do. But at least you have a stronger shield and a more like frontline presence, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
Sigma frontlining is not very good because he ideally wants to play at mid range and cut off angles. That's why he's an off tank, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, well, two more questions. Sorry.
No, go
Uh,
ahead.
so
That's what
yeah.
the like whole stream is for right now.
So these aren't related to the current match, to be honest.
Okay.
It's related to how do I improve, uh, well, in general sense in Overwatch, considering, the thing is I find it really hard to alt track,
Hmm.
short call, and keep have enough of about the environment,
Okay.
have a sense of where I position myself, have a sense of where my enemies are at, and where my friendlies are at. So
Hmm.
how do you how do you keep so much awareness about so many things? And if you can, how do you progress it? Like step by step, like what's the progression for
Hmm. Okay.
being so aware?
Cool. So the first thing you need to know, which is like a bitter truth to swallow, is that you can't do everything in a game.
Okay.
Or if you do everything, you can't do all of it well. Then you're spread too thin. If you're trying to short call, alt track, watch off angles all at the same time, like that's firstly all of it is not going to be your job. Like every tank, DPS or support has their own role in the game. They have a set of things they are good at, a set of things they are bad at, and you should only
Okay.
focus on those. If you still lose despite trying your hardest, that's just unlucky because some games are just not winnable. It's
Yeah.
it's still upsetting. Like even I get upset when that happens at times, but that's just the harsh reality. On the note of how you, okay, I think that's
All right.
all then. So hope you had a fun time, chat as well,
Great.
and Shutter
Great.
obviously. So yeah, this will go on YouTube in case anyone wants to watch it later.
All right.
But yeah,
Censor everything that I shouldn't have said.
sure. I think it's fine. It was family friendly
Yeah.
enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
All right. See ya. Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, so that's all for the VOD review. That was fun. That was like my first time doing a live VOD review. So really interesting. Hope I did a good enough job. If you guys have any like tips about anything you would like to see me dive deeper into, or maybe go into a little less detail elsewhere, just like let me know in chat. But yeah, I hope you guys also learned some stuff and I was clear enough so you could understand me. So yeah, I think we will end the stream over here. Thanks for watching, guys. Taking the stream offline now. Bye bye.